What's up, you guys? Namaste. I finally got my shit together. 111 Ashe. I finally got my shit together and I look like I belong to somebody's family now. So excited about that. So I just posted a video on generational curses, and I actually wanted to go a little bit further into that because for whatever reason, this theme of generational curses has been on my mind for the past few days. Ever since I've been like binge watching Iyanla Fix My Life, right? Iyanla Van Zandt. Yes. Oh my God, I can't say her name right. Forgive me. But it's been on my mind heavy. And first of all, I just want to do a shameless plug to myself because your girl has been in the kitchen whipping it, okay? Twisting this wrist like a stir fry, okay? And I've been making earrings. These are one of the earrings that I made, all right? I also make hoops, rings, pendants. This is a blue kyanite pendant that I made, okay? And then this is the ring that I made. Now the rings, I'm not really doing the rings. I would do it on a special order, but these rings take a lot of work. They are a lot of manual labor. They take a lot of wiring as well. But I also redid my mala necklace. It broke a while ago, so it's on my wrist. I'm not gonna take it off, but I redid it and I added some turquoise beading to it, so I can revamp your already jewelry pieces that you own as well. And then I'm doing the waist beads. Okay, you guys know I'm doing the waist beads. So right now I don't have a website for anything at all. Me and my friend are actually going to be going into business together, and we are going to be buying a piece of a site on WeBuyBlack.com. So it's kind of like Etsy, but it's more geared towards African-American businesses. So I will give you guys information on that very, very soon coming up. If you're wondering about this ring, I got this one from the Crystal Fox here in Maryland. This ring was like maybe $3 or $4, so yeah. But anyways, so basically, again, if you guys are looking for a custom order for waist beads, ankle bracelets, regular bracelets, I have precious stones, semi-precious stones, whatever you want to call it, and then also the traditional beading, the seed beads. Then, you know, please, oh my God, these people are just retarded. Please let me know. I'm also doing the earrings as well. You guys know I do the readings, spiritual guidance. You know, your girl just has it all. I do makeup. Oh my gosh, like I just love being the jack of all trades, basically. But anyways, so back to generational curses, because after I recorded my video and I uploaded it, I felt like I had more to talk about, and this is just such a prominent aspect of a lot of people, especially when I do readings and, you know, people are wondering why, like, they're stuck, they are like, you know, in this aspect of their life where they're stuck and they just can't move forward energetically. And a lot of it has to do with generational curses, okay? Now, how do we identify a generational curse? So a generational curse is a behavior or some type of emotional or physical symptom that has been passed down from generation to generation, okay? So it can be like bad luck in money. It can be prison, going to prison, like the father, the son's sons, etc. Abusive relationships. So, for example, if you have, you know, a man being abusive to a woman in a relationship, usually it's because the mother was in an abusive relationship, and the child saw that, or the child was in some type of abusive relationship with a family member or what have you. Sexual abuse. So, for example, if a girl is abused, like let's say sexually abused by her uncle or someone in her family, and you know, then she goes on and she has sex with multiple men looking for you know, that love that she never received, or you know, looking for that that satisfaction, you know, within the relationship with the man, you know, because she was sexually abused. That is, and then, you know, you pass it on to the daughter and so on and so forth. These are all behaviors that are learned through the generation. Why? You know, because we never healed from our actual issues. We never actually took the time to dig in those subconscious layers to really figure out, you know, what is going on the subconscious level in order to stop the generational curse, okay? But what I love about our generation, as I was saying in my previous video, is that, and I'm talking about like for my generation, I'm 34, I was born in 84. So for my generation, you know, we are thinkers beyond imagination. You know, we are moving into the Aquarian age. We are moving into the age of thinking outside the box, going against the grain, no longer following these generational curses, no longer following what our family wants us to do, and we actually go after what we want to do as individuals. That is the big thing about breaking a generational curse, is not going along, no longer following what your family has set up for you. Instead, again, you going against the grain and you saying, hey, look, I am, you know, no longer going to follow what my father did. I'm no longer going to follow what my mother did. I'm actually going to be different. I'm actually going to move differently. I'm going to think differently. I'm going to act differently. That is how you cure, okay? That's how you cure your generational curse. So, again, the generational curse, you know, when we think about curses, we think about witchcraft and sorcery, all right? We have to think beyond the veil, you guys. We can't get so caught up in spookism, all right? We can't get so caught up in the spooky shit behind what we think is a curse. A curse could just be the fact that your family keeps on repeating, you know, something, and no one thinks outside the box and says, oh, let me not abuse my wife so that, you know, I can break this generational curse in order to heal my family. Because once you heal yourself, you heal everybody that came before you, and you heal everybody that comes after you, okay? That is what happens when you actually break and heal yourself and your family from a generational curse. You go to your ancestors and you tell your ancestors, I no longer want to be a part of this generational curse. I no longer want to do the things that my family used to do. Rather, I want to create new and healthier patterns going forward, right? So that I will be able to live a more healthy, harmonious life. So therefore, I am giving life to my future, and I'm giving life to my past, because I am living currently for me, and I'm going to heal myself in the present time. That is how you heal a generational curse, okay? But first, before you do that, you got to admit that there is a generational curse. You have to be able to come out of the denial. Come out of the denial, because a lot of us, you know, they'll blame you. They'll blame, you know, you didn't make better decisions, things like that. Okay, yes. Maybe I could have made better decisions, but I made decisions based on what my family did. Because why? Because during the Piscean age, it was do as I say and not as I do. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to follow exactly what I tell you to do. And if you don't, then you're going to hell, basically. Like, you know, that is what the consequences were, is that you're going to hell. 999, ashe. So my point is that we can no longer go along with the spooky shit that that is associated with curses. You know, a curse is not, yes, there is curses out here where people, you know, like you have voodoo curses and things like that, yes, but we're talking about some real life shit right now. We're talking about some real life survival shit, which is generational curses that come from families that don't want to break the cycle, that don't want to go against the grain, and actually don't want to realize that their family is cursed, okay? Another thing that I've seen a lot of, and I'm talking African American families, okay, is that the boys, a lot of the men will be cursed, right? So basically, like you'll have like a string of men. You'll have a woman that has like a rack of boys, right? and all the men in the family are doing horribly, right? They are drinking, they have drug problems, they're in and out of prison, they can't keep a job, right? So that is a generational curse on the men. But then you have all the girls in the family who are doing well, you know, who are succeeding, who are being successful, who are actually doing things differently. That is considered to be like a generational curse on the men in your family. And the only way for that generational curse to break is that you have to have, usually the youngest man, the youngest boy has to be the one to say, I no longer accept this bullshit. I'm not going to be how my uncles were. I'm not going to be how my father was. I'm not going to be how my grandfather is. I'm breaking the cycle today, and I'm going to be different. That is how you break a generational curse. You know, you don't allow the energy from your family, the frequency that your family has created around the family's name, okay? 111, Ashe. Look at me, speaking truth, and I just see the numbers, 1 and 9. That's what I'm talking about. You know, the youngest, it usually has to be the youngest within your lineage. They have to break the cycle in order to heal everyone that came before them, okay? So once that man becomes successful, once that man heals himself from the bullshit that the family continues to do, and then what'll happen is that curse will then be broken, okay? And then those family members can actually benefit from the healing of the youngest person in the family. And that doesn't have to, that was just an example, okay? That doesn't have to be for man or woman or whatever, a child. My point is that, you know, we have to start making the effort to do better. If you know you can do better, you got to do better. That's just what it is. If you know you can do better, you have to do better. Not just for you, but for your family, okay? For your future seeds, all right? For your past, for your ancestors. The best way to break a generational curse is to go to the ancestors, okay? That is the best way to go. You can't go out here looking at Jesus, looking for God, all right? Looking outside of yourself. You got to look within yourself and look. Your ancestors are you. So when I say look within yourself, you are going to your ancestors by looking within, because your ancestors are your blood lineage. And if you're like me and you don't know your ancestors by blood lineage, okay, then you use the ancestors that raised you. They are still energetically tied to you, and you can still use your ancestors in order to gain wisdom, even if you don't have a relation to your specific ancestors. Because if you're out here looking for your ancestors and you don't have a tie with them blood lineage wise, then you could run into some trouble with trying to connect to them spiritually. So I just wanted to throw that out there, okay? Now, as far as ongoing healing is concerned, I'm sorry, you guys, my allergies are the worst right now. As far as long-term is concerned, you know, once you break the generational tie, or the generational curse, it's pretty much broken at that point. You also always want to maintain, just like if you were cutting cords, like a cord cutting ceremony, you always have to maintain that energetic cut, right? So you always just want to, you know, recheck on yourself, recheck on your subconscious layers, you know, making sure that you're not allowing that energy to come back into your life, come back into the family, right? So the point I'm trying to say is that just because you break a generational curse, even though it's pretty much broken, you still have to maintain that that energy shift, because the energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only can be transferred, right? So we're transferring that cursed energy into something else. So whether that means you give it back to Mother Nature and you let her recycle it, or you take that energy and you transpose it into something more positive, either way, we want to make sure that we're maintaining that energetic cut, those generational curse ties. We want to make sure that once you cut those ties, that they are continuing to be maintained. And that just means that you are checking yourself, you know, always making sure that you check in with your subconscious layers, so that you know that those bags aren't piling back up again. All right. So I am probably going to end it here. that's pretty much all I had to say when it comes to like generational ties. I can definitely, you guys, I have done a lot of work with people that have generational curses, and they kind of wanted to know exactly what the curse was because they felt like they had a curse, but you know, they really wanted to gain some insight as to what the curse is, and like when it started and how to cut it or how to stop it. So I'm definitely here to assist you guys with that. Usually I do that through like a tarot card reading. You know, even though, again, I don't really need tarot cards to read people, so to say, you know, it's nice to have like pictures and visuals to be able to kind of connect, you know, with spirit. So I am available to do readings. Hit me up at divinechakra777@gmail.com, right? And that is pretty much it, you guys. Be so humble, be so safe, always love, all right? Be open to the frequency of love and creation and fertility, right? Abundance and prosperity. All right, you guys. And if you really do feel like you have a generational curse, just go within, go to your ancestors and ask them how to cut the curse, how to stop, being so, how to stop the energy from festering so that you can actually move on and create a healthy, wealthy, prosperous life for you and your future. All right. I love y'all. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for viewing these videos and all types of shit, you know. All right, you guys.